An old classic Odyssey flashback draft. We got a Planeswalker in this pack. I mean, a card with Planeswalker. This is actually not a terrible card because if your opponent is white, you do have an 1-powered unblockable, which is good in these old formats. And then you get to mana screw them eventually. But there is an overrun here, and in these old formats, I think that overrun is going to just be awesome. What often happens is there is a board stall, and then overrun just wins the game. Green may not necessarily be the absolute best color in this format, but I think it's going to be good here. Also, Gravedigger, an old classic. Flame Burst is a fine card. It's 2 damage to anything, and then if you get some more copies, which is hard because this is not. I think this is all the 3 sets because it's Odyssey block. But I'm gonna take Overrun, try to be a green card. And here is Shower of Coals, another insane card. This deals 2 damage each up to 3 targets, so you can kill 3 2 toughness creatures, or you can kill 2 and deal 2 to your opponent. But then if you got 7 cards in your graveyard, it's going to deal 4. And it's not that hard to get to 7, because this is, again, a slower form. So I'm going to try to be red-green. The mana might be a little rough with triple green and double red, but I think that green-red is a perfectly fine combination. You just take some random creatures and then win with Overrun. I don't think that this card is particularly good. Anyway. Or I could also maybe abandon one of these cards, but... So here's Tarnished Citadel, a pretty bad way of fixing your mana, because you are taking 3, so I'm not gonna take that. This is a small sweeper. At this point I might want to take a creature, because I've just picked up 2 non-creature spells. And I think Springing Tide is a perfectly fine card. It's a 4 mana 3, which back in the day is fine, but then it becomes a 5/5 once you get Threshold. And Leaf Dancer is another land walker here. I think the best card in the pack is Shelter. This is just a fantastic card, often a 2-for-1. But I would have to switch colors for that, and I want a creature at this point. And I have a game plan now. Just pick red and green solid creatures, red removal, and I have basically everything I need. Okay, now we have a red rare. Unfortunately, it's not very good. The trick with this card is that if you're mono red and you have ways to discard it, you can play it, but it's not particularly playable otherwise, because it's just 6 times red is a little too hard. So here there is nothing particular. I don't like Refresh too much. I guess it could be a 2-for-1, but might have to look some other ways, and I think that Ghastly Demise is the best card here. Restore a non-black creature as long as you have enough cards in your graveyard. So we could go back into like red-black, for example. We could be green-black if we, I mean, I didn't see a single good card that was green or red there, so who knows. Djinn is gonna be a rough in these older sets with little mana fixing and with triple green and double red. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay. Here there isn't anything good for anyone. Don't think that any of these cards are particularly good. Here's a mana fixer, but I would prefer to be tapped for any of my main columns. This is a not a good card on the face of it, but it does help you get to Threshold, and it does become a 5/3. It can be pretty powerful with Overrun. Might take it and play it. Just I think it's gonna be better than Dusk Imp or some random card here. I think that these cards is a little bit better than they look, just because the way to put cards in your graveyards. Okay, so now we have Anarchist. I think that this might be a good deck for Anarchist, because I do have Shower of Coals already, which is a fantastic card. I have Overrun if I need to. Maybe I cost the first Overrun and it doesn't quite kill my opponent. May just want another one. Again, I don't think Engulfing Flames is particularly good, so Take Anarchists, and I could also see, ooh, now there's an Antuco Elder. 3 mana 1 to the taps for 2 mana. That looks kind of good. Patchwork Gnome is also better than it looks because of Threshold, but I think that I could also be a little bit more expensive, have some more expensive cards. I'm gonna put Ghastly Demise in my sideboard for now, but this card could be very good. Atog. There is Blazing Soul, which is horrible because your opponent gets a choice. There's Seaton's Desire, which is not unplayable. This is a little too slow, I think. We have Sky Shooter, which I think could be decent here because it's one weakness this deck could have is flyers, and this does actually can block small flyers for a while, and then if your opponents get a big flyer, you can deal with it. And yes, I think that this deck's gonna have a good long game with Overrun and Shower of Coals, and just make sure you're not dying is probably very good here. Yeah, I guess this is good with Overrun, but it's a little also bad to bounce and stuff like that. I'm gonna take Anarchist here. Now I have 2 Anarchists. I might want some more sorceries. So if I draw Shower of Coals, I'm gonna have a very good time because I have 2 Anarchists to get them back. We have a plan. Alright, so Price of Glory, not good. This does not cantrip, unfortunately. Don't like this card, I don't really need it. I guess I'll take the Steamclaw. This is a very bad sideboard card. If this drew a card when you paid 1 to sack it, would be much more interesting. Flying in each player. Yeah, I just don't think that Tarnished Citadel is just too painful, so I'm gonna take Volcanic Spray. And I had right now none of my creatures die to that, and I have Anarchists to get it back potentially, so we could maybe play it. Hmm. So what kind of sorceries could I get in the next 2 packs? I can't think of any, but there are, of course. I think there's a card called Shatter of the Squirrel, which is not great, but it's like makes a 1/1 and that has flashback. There are probably some burn spells I could get. Earthrift, this used to be a very good card in Pauper. I'm not sure it is anymore, but maybe things have gotten too fast for Earthrift, but it used to be good at blowing up like bounce lands. Mortal Kombat. Not gonna take that. It makes you win the game if you got 20 more creature cards in your graveyard. This is a 4/4, and then you flip a coin until you lose a flip. So it's at the very least a 4/4 for 7. Oh, 7. Okay, never mind. Okay, this is a 4-man Act of Treason. There is, however, a Basking Root Dweller. That is almost always a good card. There's also Acorn Harvest, which is solid. So it's between Acorn Harvest and Basking Root Dweller, I think. This is a little too slow. Right now, I don't have any. I do have the Frenetic Ogre, I guess, for the Basking Root. I think Basking Root is just a better card than Acorn Harvest. And it's also Acorn Harvest doesn't even is that good to get back with Anarchist because it already has flashback. So I kind of don't even necessarily want that. I think Basking Root Dweller, having another creature is good when you get Overrun. Pyromania, it's got a card at random, unnamed any target, you can sack it to the down there. That seems bad. This is not good when you're not playing black. This is not good either. Petra War, exile target land. So it's a 4-man exile a land, but it comes back. Oh, this is another one of those Punisher cards. Yeah, I'm not excited about any of these cards. This is a poser card. I guess I just take the card that exiles a land. That could be okay. Alright, so this is 4 mana, destroy all enchantments, and gets +1/+1. Okay. Nordic lands, which I guess is another version of Frenetic Ogre. There is Flash of Defiance, but I don't care. I don't know if I want that. Yeah, this is not great. I guess I'll take the Calmer. Skull Scorch. No, it's either him, but your opponent can just take 4. And there's a lot of bad cards in this old formats. That to Swamp Walker could be okay. We finally find a good card. 3/3 first strike for 4 with no downside and gets +1/+1 and destroys the creature. Yeah, we're gonna take that. It's a sledge, but this is, even if you don't have black mana, this is a 3/3 for 4 with first strike, which is good. And then you can destroy red creatures if I find some black mana. Petrodon, 8 mana. When it comes to play, exile 2 lands, and you can pump it. I do have a Nantuko Elder. I'm not giving up on much. Sure, I'll take Petrodon. Maybe I can find some sort of rampant growth, and then I can power it out, as well as getting the rampant growth back with Anarchist. I do like the fact that I have 12 creatures and overrun. That's nice. Okay. Okay, so I can copy an instant sorcery that targets a single thing, so it doesn't work with Cone of Flame, so I probably don't want that. Here is the card I was talking about, 3 mana rampant growth. But if you get Fresser, you get 3 cards. This is Defender. Can make you rebuy a discarded card. But I think I want 4 Wanderings here. It's another way to power out Petrodon. It's a source I can get back with Anarchist as well. So I think it's gonna be good. It's also a card that goes to your graveyard, so that helps with threshold. Not gonna play Earth Rift. Okay, we got this card, which is an aura that deals 1 damage to a creature. We got Sonic Seizure, which is a lightning bolt, but you have to discard a card at random. I think both cards are decent because they are helping you with threshold. None of them I can get back with Anarchist. I think Crackling Club might be a little better. Discarding card at random is annoying. Yes, you might discard Flasking Group, but that would be. I think that discarding a card at random is just so risky. I still think this card is bad, even in this format. Form an act of treason. Or 4 damage of creature. Yeah. Take it. Maybe we will play it. Yeah, so let's see. The last pack is Judgment, which has. Can't think of any insane red or green card that format. But there probably are some. I think Call of the Herd is Odyssey. So I'm not gonna get Call of the Herd. Alright. I think that if I don't get black source for this, is okay. Right now I don't have a single way to make black, but that's okay. I mean, it's gonna be a 4/4 first striker that can't be killed by Ghastly Demise if I get Fresso, which is gonna be a while. So many crazed fire cats. I take a Flash of Defiance, I guess. It's mostly doesn't matter. Oh. This is a cycler that helps me with Threshold, so maybe I'll play it. Unfortunately, it's not a sorcery, but I think I will main deck one as a. Don't think I want two accelerates though. But it's nice to play a cycler that gives you some value, maybe to attack, and it goes to the graveyard, replaces itself. It's not terrible. You have. So this card, I could either start in my sideboard and side in, or I can start it main deck and do it the other way around. Here's a green rare. You can get an extra turn if your opponent casts a blue spell during your turn. I think it's a little too situational. It's not even necessarily good if your opponent is on blue, because you may not play a spell during your turn. So there is this, becomes a 4/4. I think I like Iron Shell Beetle. This is a card that they print these days sometimes. Like a 2-mana 2/2, they can put a counter somewhere else. I don't think Dwarven Driller is that good. Yeah, Iron Shell Beetle. It's also. Oh, Grisly Fate. I knew I was missing some card. This card is absurd. You get 2 2/2s for 5, okay. But Threshold you get 4 2/2s, but it also has flashback. Yeah, this is awesome. It also makes my Far Wanderings much better. I love it. Getting a lot of good cards now. Oh yeah. This card was in Vintage Masters, and it was even good in Vintage Masters. I love the fact that I've got 2 3-mana ramp cards now. And can even get it back with Anarchist. Turn 5 Grisly Fate, turn 6 Anarchist, get it back, then cast it, even if I don't have 7 for. Yeah, this deck is sweet. Which is more than I thought I would say about a Odyssey flashback draft. Okay, here's Arcane Teachings. It's a 3-mana aura, gives a creature +2/+2, and you can ping something. I think that is good. It's a little 5/5 with a drawback. Unless you can combo it with something. But yeah, I think Arcane Teachings is okay. It's a little risky, but if your opponent doesn't have anything, it becomes large and you can ping. And that is nice. Well, let's see if I can. Might be at the point where I can start this in my sideboard. It's just so bad if your opponent's not black, of course. It's just a 4-mana 2/2. But it is sweet if your opponent is black. Although the 2 abilities don't combine well together. It is nice that you can play both offense and defense, but it is a little awkward that if you want to attack with it, you can't use the ability. And if you want to use the ability, you can't attack with it. So that's a little not so good. Okay, so now we have Ernham Djinn. Wow. So it's a 4/5 for 4, and it gives your opponent's creature Forest Walk. So you're gonna take, but you can give it the lowest powered card. I don't think this card is particularly good. It's a burn spell basically. And book burning is bad. This card prevents you from decking, but I also think Phantom Tiger is solid, but I'm gonna take Ernham Djinn. Old classic. This is too hard to cast. Browbeat is terrible, I think. Because your opponent's just gonna take 5 most of the time. And I do have, of course I do have couple of anarchists, but I still think it's bad. I think I want like sudden strength more as a sort of a 2-for-1. Planar chaos. Probably not. Oh, this is too risky, I think. Lava Dart is nice though. Lava Dart might just be better than Bob. It's nice that you can sacrifice a mountain to help you with threshold. Yeah, I think I take another Lava. I can now cut Crackling Club. And I probably cut the Constrictor as well. Ooh, Anger, I like that card. It's a 2/2 haste for 4, but if it dies, all your crits gonna have haste from there on out. The Driller. I might just cut the Ogre, it's a little too slow. Also could cut this, it seems bad. Yeah, probably. Flaring Pain, speaking of a card that was played in Pauper. Oh, let's sort by color. I think we're gonna be a 9 mountain, 8 forest, despite the over. And I'd like to have one more source with it. Book burning, still not gonna play that. Dwarven. Too hard to cast. All right. We have a, not a good hand. I only have 2 lands. I have almost all expensive cards. I'm gonna shoot. All right, this is better. I think I will put the Petrodon on the bottom. It's an 8-drop. Gonna hope that Ernham Djinn does the trick. Also on a blue land that you can sack to add one mana of any color. It's good with threshold. See if I can kill this. I definitely can. Not sure exactly how this interaction works, but yeah, my opponent couldn't respond because there was Lava Dot wasn't in the graveyard. Okay. So questions, do I just put Arcane Teaching on Ernham Djinn and go all in? Okay, my opponent gets to exile my Lava Dart now. But if this dies, the Lava Dart comes back to the graveyard. So it's basically just a 2-2 that has a little bit of graveyard direction. So do I just put Arcane Teaching on this and go to town? There are Doomblades in this format, but maybe I kind of just have to. That's for, oh, never mind. Okay. Well, because Grizzly Fate here, there's no way I can wait to get Threshold, and this also has flashback, so it's all good, man. It's all good. One sacks that to play a Faceless Butcher. Okay, well, there goes my Ernham Djinn. But if Faceless Butcher dies, it will come back. I think what I'll do is play Arcane Teachings on this. And attack. Deal some damage, and then if next turn I can flashback Grizzly Fate. And if my opponent doesn't play a large block, if my opponent plays a large blocker, I can start attack. Might as well trade here. Just don't see any reason why not. Get my Lava Dart back. Oh, another Faceless Butcher. That's just crazy. Alright, well, Overrun might be a game plan at some point. So right now I have overrun for 10 trample. Oh. So let's see here. Wait. So, Shower of Coals can deal 2 and 2. So if I attack my opponent, yeah, I think I should just pass and wait a little bit. I'm not in a position to. I think I don't need to rush things necessarily. Because Shower of course doesn't kill anything. I can attack first, but then my opponent just blocks with this and doesn't do much. I want to build up a larger board. I want some more creatures before I do all this. And also now I have 3 cards in my graveyard. My opponent is flooded. They want more land. Flashbacking Lava Dart is card neutral for the graveyard because I lose Lava Dart, but I do get a mountain in my graveyard. Okay, we're both flooded now. I still don't think casting Overrun is gonna do anything here. Because even if my opponent just takes all, my opponent goes 4, I still can't kill my opponent. So, oh, there goes one of my cards. Okay. Well, well. I'm gonna board out Arcane Teachings for sure against triple Faceless Butcher. Right. I'm gonna board in the Swamp Walker. Okay, I have a little bit of a game plan here. It's not a good game plan, but what I can do here is play the Beetle, put a counter on the Sky Shooter, block the 2/3, and then Lava Dart. Oh, well, I guess it gets counter with Flashback. Alright, this was unfortunate. Let's see, so I'm gonna bring in the Swamp Walker, might as well. What do I do against triple, what's it called? I want also to show me 2 afflicts, but I don't think it can. Well, be. I think I'll keep this. It's not good, but I think I can attack with triple Faceless Butcher. You don't want to mulligan too hard because you're gonna run out of creatures too fast. Putrid Imp. And the creatures in my hand are good. All the expensive cards. So what creature do I lead with? I could lead with Ernham, Djinn and try to deal as much damage as possible. I could also lead with Frozen Constrictor to have an unblockable card. But I think it's better just to start off with... What is this? Can't target spell, target creature you control. Okay, so that can actually counter my Shower of Coals. Let's not fall for that. A creature you control. It only has to target a creature. 2/1 flyer, return target land to its owners. That's good for my opponent, because if I were to draw a mountain, I could just kill all my opponent's creatures. So we'll target the flyer. Oh man. Uh, well, let's hope my opponent taps out. Oh, it's not a flyer, it has... Oh yeah, I gave it force. Let's play the 3/3 because it blocks all my opponent's things. And I hope my opponent taps out. That would be good. But taps out of blue. But no. Well, fine. 2 for 1 in my opponent here though. I do have an anarchist, so I could technically bring back. This looks like a. No, I was thinking it was an afflict, but oh well, I'm fine with this. It's a 2 for 1. Then play. Says Barbarian. 3/3 for now. My opponent has not drawn a Faceless Butch, which I'm very grateful for. Scrivener. No targets. Still has blue. Right, my opponent doesn't have any good blocks. Yeah. This is looking very good. Just down to 5. And if my opponent kills this, the land comes into play. Tapped at at least, because it's a no basically. Accelerate. Well, these two. Block, block, block. Fine. It is clearly dead here. Don't even want to show my opponent a shower of coals. He's played Phoenix over. Alright, game 3. I think the reason I won this game was that my opponent did not draw any faces butchers. Now it's too late, because if my opponent plays faces butchers here, I will just shower of coals. Scrivener. Okay, it might just be time to... Scrivener can... Let's just... This then. Because now I think I will need to show. I need to win the game. A volcanic spray does kill some things, but not a lot. Does not kill a 2-1 flyer that bounces a land. Kills Crypt Creeper. Putrid Imp before it gets threshold. I wish I had more against Faceless Butcher. Maybe Volcanic Spray is better against than Lava Dart actually. Just because my opponent did show me some one-toughness creatures. Alright, this will have to do. This will have to do. Play a turn to 2/2. And then I'm gonna cast 4 Wanderings and hope that the top of my deck treats me with some good non-lands. How many faces butchers is my opponent gonna draw this game? Well, there's an answer to one of them if I get up to 7. Gonna get my green source here to be able to cast over. Flicked, okay, cycles, draws a card. Good thing I was on the play, because otherwise my opponent could have... Okay, I'm not gonna offer the trade here because don't really see why, and I do have a couple of 1 damage things. Okay, I will offer the trade with Anger though, because Anger being in my graveyard can be very good for me. So what I'll do here is attack with just Anger. And if it dies, all my creatures have haste. Okay. Oh, I see. Now that enabled that. Okay. Well, a little unfortunate, but what you gonna do? Creatures do have haste. They land. Ernham. Haste. Ernham in with haste. What is this? 2002. There's the Faceless Butcher. Let's hope my opponent does not Have an answer here. Kamal's Sledge. And Ernham has haste. Yeah. Points down to 6. I do have 3 points of burn in my deck. Here's Faces Butcher number 2. They will. This will attack. I have 4 cards in my graveyard. Ooh, that's 8 now. 1 short. Okay. Let's do this. Actually, I have 4 points of burn in my deck. Spray. And if one counts it, it has flashback. Yeah. Not gonna flashback it though. For a lot of reasons. I want to get up to 7 at some point, and Gravedigger. So my opponent has 4 Faces Fortress. But do you have a land? And if you do, I think it's fine. Yeah, Swamp Walk with haste. Sure. This should be game. I don't think there's too many. There is Mutilate, which is minus X, but X is the number of swamps, but even then I have a lot of burn. Here's the Faceless Butcher, but which creature do you even target here? It's not clear. But opponent is in a rough spot. I think could have overrun, but can also shower of coals. Yeah. How do I want to play this? This seems a little safer. Alright. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright, some technical difficulties here. To restart, this hand is perfectly fine. Do I turn to Iron Shell Beetle or Sky Shooter? If I lead with Sky Shooter, I can make it a 2/3 on turn 3. Probably want to do that. Lanes. Benevolent Bodyguard. I want one that can give protection. So I think making Sky Shooter a 2/3 reach can be important against white because I have some reasonable amount of flyers. Rim Lava Mancer. Uh-oh. Well, right now, it's not the end of the world, but that could be a problem. My opponent even has an answer to protect it, so could be in a rough spot here. Probably gonna IBM might board in the 1 damage to everything. Although it doesn't really do that much against the bodyguard. It calls it preemptively, maybe. Rough stuff here. This is probably one of the best cards in the format. But I smell a trick of some kind. I'm not gonna attack with the beetle. I will attack with this, so I don't really see. Like, for example, shelter is not gonna completely destroy me. Uh-oh, we're lagging again. Back, I hope. Lady Ernham Djinn. I'm gonna give Grim Lava Mancer Forest Walk. Opponents. Fire tempered my creature. Fair enough. A double pinger. So now this is a free that deals 1 damage to anything. I'll give this Forest Walk, I think. But, oh, that was a little too expensive. So now my opponent can shoot down my beetle, but what are you gonna do? Gonna cycle. Alright. 3 cards in my graveyard now. Opponent is stuck on lands. For now. Also, if my opponent gives Grim Lava Mancer protection from red for some reason, the arcane teachings will fall off. So there is that. I still think it's right to attack. It's unfortunate. And then you ping Ernham here. Oh, well. Could have not attacked, but so now if I can model Sledge Lava Mess and my opponent gives it protection, my opponent will at least put target aura card from a grave onto the battlefield under your. Okay, well that's a problem, but or at least this forces my opponent to do that. So it very easy buys my opponent sometimes. So now if my opponent protects the Lava Mancer, the teachings falls off, which it does anyway. I guess you could just keep the bodyguard. Now my opponent can put the teachings into play. Also steal my auras, by the way. Land would be terrible. I could just play Petrodon and take some lands. This is a 2/2 flyer that becomes a 3/3. Oh, that was not the card I wanted. I think it's better to play it though than cycle Sudden Strength. Yeah. So I'm on a 3-turn clock. My opponent has protection. But I might be able to outrace it if I draw a land and can Petrodon plus do stuff. Chain Flinger 1 damage, Threshold 2. Ooh, Shower of Coals. So I'm not gonna be able to kill everything, but I can kill these three. My opponent sacks the bodyguard. So maybe it's better. I have 5 cards. So 2, 2, and 2, I think is the right way to do it. I actually have a small chance of winning the game because I am close to threshold. So next turn, I could cast Sudden Strength and this becomes a... Yeah, I'm definitely attacking here. I actually have a small chance of winning the game next turn. It's probably not going to happen, but... this gives +3/+3. This gets threshold. That is 7. Actually, 8 even. But the problem is, of course, my opponent has a blocker, so I'm not sure what I could have done, but... Huh? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll attack, see if he blocks. Yeah, okay. Alright, you got me, man. So, I still like Arcane Teachings because even though my opponent could seal it, it just seems good against my opponent. I think I want Volcanic Spray. Seems good against Lava Man, so stuff like that. Maybe I can take out like the Fanatic Ogre. Sky Shooter is good, I think. Opponent has some flyers. Alright. Alright. And has potential. A lot of damage output. Alright. I think I will just do a little volcanic spraying here because this just protects any other 1 toughness creature, so I might as well just trade this off. I have it as a flashback card later. So I could not have gotten both cards anyway. I do need to draw a land, or I'm probably just gonna flashback this now. See why I should wait. So that was a good 2 for 1. Well, I mean, my opponent wouldn't have played that if my opponent had, if I had still had a shower. 2 on vigilance prevent the next one then, so I can't block her even if I wanted to. Okay, land, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna lead with Misty Fate. Then I can get it back with Anarchists. Also, I could Shower of Coals when I got more targets. Militant Monk. I could double block it, but then I run into Guided Strike again. Should probably just take it. Just gonna Anarchist back Grisly Fate. And no attacks here. I can't attack because I could have. Yeah, I just want to stuck on lands again. Starting to annoy me with these attacks, but I think my opponent might have Guided Strike. this protects damage protection. I think it is time. It's my advantage. All and what is in a world of hurt, especially if I draw land. Alright. The 1 damage card is also good against Phantom Nova because it picks off a counter. So, I like it. Bringing this against the... But I don't think so. This hand is super slow. Nothing to play until turn 4. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to ship this. It's just too slow. And yes, this is a slow format, but my opponent's deck is not particularly slow. It's a Boros deck. Alright, this is pretty damn horrible, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go to 5. I do have one of my better cards. Man, if I had Nantuko Elder in my last hand. Okay, that was a good top deck though. My opponent did not have a 1 toughness thing. Back for 3. Should have pumped pre-combat, there might be some 1 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Well, play the Elder. I don't think there's... This way I can play Ernham and pump next turn. Chain Flinger pings for 1, okay. It's a little bit of a problem. Attack and not pump here because I'll play Djinn using my creatures a little safer. And now I can protect my Basking Root well. Okay, at the very least, it can't double ping. So now I'm a little worried about Guided Strike again. And it's somewhat likely my opponent has it. Because my opponent hasn't done anything. Oh, did I really have to draw land there? Can I beat Guided Strike? So, if I attack, my opponent can block and ping. That's super fine by me. I think I kind of have to do this. I don't think I can beat my opponent otherwise. So if you got it, you got it. My opponent is just doing this into 7 open mana, which is kind of... Okay, yeah, this is a blowout. Into 7 open mana. Well, I don't think I had a choice necessarily here, because if I wait, I'm just gonna die to these pingers. Alright, that's not terrible. Although, oh man. Alright, but I think I have to do this, and I have an anarchist. It'd been so good if I'd drawn that list last game. Again, I won't lose the arcane teachings at least. I do have an anarchist to get it back. So, here's what it is. But I'm not in good shape here. Yeah, Keen Teachings goes away at least. These are now able to kill my 1/2, but that's not terrible. So I think I'll lead with Lava Art. Lava Art. Okay, sure. The Anarchist. That. And try it again next turn. But even if this succeeds, I haven't really solved all of my problems. Because I have no board presence. Ooh, that's actually better. Yeah. Unless one has a third shelter. Oh well, I mean, it's a third shelter. Oh my god, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, shelter is good, but come on. So 1/2 that turns into a 2/3 protection from black. Don't have 6 cards in graveyard. I guess I have to do this. Oh wait, I don't have the mana. Not playing the beetle because my opponent is just 1 card in the graveyard away from shooting for 2. That's a trick here. And I guess this one I will. Oops, I don't have a target. Oops. Well, would have been better to lose the beetle probably. Okay. We're almost done here. This is turned on. I should have waited on the anarchist. Don't think it matters, but even if this works, still have a lot of problems to deal with here. But if I top deck Shower of Coals, I can kill. I now have Threshold, so I can kill everything. Okay, well, there is that. Alright, thank you for watching.